Can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. So thank you very much for allowing me to speak to you today. I wanted to speak about a topic that's very close to my own heart because it's been such a powerful concept that I've had to adopt in my own journey with health and also with my business. So the health organization actually defines health as a state of complete physical, mental, social well-being. It's not just the absence of disease and infirmities. So for me, health is foundational in the way that we show up for ourselves in terms of our business and also in our life. And so it's in everything that I do. It's in the partnerships that I create with other people, in the collaborations that I do, in how I set myself up for success. So I'm hoping today I can give you a few tools to be able to impact your life the way it has impacted mine, and so that you can just see health in a bit of a different context. So to understand where health fits in, it's important that we actually look at the 5 pillars of wellness. So as you can see, health is the first one. What I like to say is that actually there are 6 pillars. And the first one is your faith, because I believe that if you are confident in who you are and the purpose that it is that you are trying to bring to the world, and you make your focus of your life and your business and have God as your CEO, then you already create an internal self-belief system that is incredibly important for us to build businesses, and not just build businesses, but to build legacy. And it's one of the biggest things that in the health coaching space that I'm in, that, and even in the networking space that I'm in, I find people lack self-belief. And so if you can put first your the first pillar of wellness as faith, and then health, and the 5 pillars: health, wellness, relationship, occupation, environment, they all have health elements to it. And I'm going to explain to you a little bit as we go along the awareness that it is that you have around health, which actually builds the capacity, which is the topic for us today, so that it can create an impact for you going forward. So now we know health is not about food and movement only, and I hope to express that a little bit more as we go along. Small improvements in all these areas and all these pillars of wellness will ensure that you are building something that is strong and sustainable, and that you can start creating a legacy. It's not just building a business, so that you can all create boss babe businesses that will last long after you've actually stopped working in them. So let's just pause a moment, and I would like to ask all of you to just stop what you're doing. If you are doing multitasking, because women are really, really good at multitasking, if you can just slow down for a moment and stop everything else. I want you to be present here this morning. There's a reason why you logged on. Maybe it was just curiosity. Maybe there's a deep desire for you to dive into your business in a different way. So I want you all just to close your eyes. And I invite you to bring the breath in. Yahweh is actually a promise to God through prayer and through breath. So Yah is an inhale, and where is exhale. So when you are really centered and deep breathing, so I invite you to inhale deeply. You're inviting God into your body, into your presence, into this moment right now. And where is you exhaling anything else right now that doesn't matter. So anytime you are uncomfortable, feel overwhelmed, feel I don't actually know what it is that I need to do right now, I invite you to just use your breath. Close your eyes, inhale deeply, and just notice your body relaxing. Relax your shoulders, relax your belly, and just call in, what is it that I am meant to hear today? Why am I here? What nugget do I need to take away with me that can move me forward? That can progress me in my business in a way that is meaningful. And so you were asked to bring pen and paper, and I ask that you just make notes as it goes, little droplets that might seem insignificant, but perhaps would make a ripple effect in the way that you actually conduct your business going forward. Be curious, open your hearts, and just perhaps look at things a little differently. And I hope to do that for you. So deep in breath in and exhale. Deep breath in and exhale. And lastly, a deep breath in and exhale. So I want to ask you a question. What if your health was never about you? What if your health journey and the things that you do towards gaining wellness is actually preparing you for something bigger? And I want that to sink in for you a little bit. And maybe you have a different idea of what health is and where health fits in the picture of you building your business. So why does this matter? Why am I qualified to speak to you about this? I was one of those girls that was worn out, strung out, left wondering, is there more to life than this? Surely. I grew up in nature and around nature in the garden route. I studied health and wellness. I ended up working in the corporate environment, in a male-dominated environment in cellular and in software development. And while I was earning great salaries and on the outside, I looked like I had my life all together, I didn't. My health was poor, to say the least. I really struggled with confusion. I come from a history of restrictive eating, very bad, poor body image. I always felt like I was chasing. I was hiding my dyslexia, so I was always chasing for the next certificate, for the next training, all these skill sets that I felt that I didn't have to actually create my business. And despite all the time that I spent on my own understanding of wellness, by the time I was in my 30s, I was having weekly migraines. I had major disruptive digestive issues. I was addicted to pain over-counter medications, and I weighed 45 kilograms. And so the state of my health meant that I was going to doctors on a regular basis. I was on medication all the time, and I actually had an incapacity to function normally. I found myself in hospital and emergency centers at least 2 to 3 times a year. By the age of 35, I was divorced. I felt empty and lost, and I really didn't know what success looked like. I did all those things that we do, ticked all the boxes. To say that my faith was severely tested is an understatement. And I really wondered, maybe I'm not meant to be in business. Maybe I'm not meant to do all these things. What is it that I'm actually supposed to do? So by the age of 45, I was, as you can see, mentally and physically exhausted. And I had to find a way out. And this started my journey towards understanding what health really meant. And it's funny, you have to be brought to your knees to actually listen to your body and listen to the screams of your body to actually figure out what it is that you need to change. So I come from a place of understanding how you feel and knowing what it is like to feel completely trapped in the circumstances that you're in right now. And I'm here to say that it doesn't have to stay that way. So what is health? Health isn't just looking good. Health isn't about a dress size. Health is actually your currency. It is foundational to living a life in alignment and in the purpose of what it is that you're carrying and the responsibilities that you've been given. What are you entrusted with? All the skill sets that you have, all the life experience that you have, that brought you to this point right now. You've been entrusted with something really special. And so health isn't about the ability to just walk around feeling well. It's actually the ability and the capacity for you to hold yourself in a world where you are trying to operate. It's allowing you to show up fully, to live abundantly, with joy, even when you're challenged. It's to hold within you the heart of wonder and possibilities and curiosity, to have enough energy during the day so that you can show up in your business for your clients, to operate with clarity, to put boundaries into place. Ladies, did you know that no is a full sentence? You do not have to explain yourself. No is a full sentence. When you are not in alignment with the things that you're doing for your business, you are allowed to say no, change direction, look for something different. So even in challenging times, health gives you the capacity to access your resilience, to live in an environment that supports your vision. Health means to me to love better, to lead better, to think better, to create a legacy, and to live out the purpose that I am here for, to be fully present in the moment, and to show up with confidence and clarity. So when we have the capacity to do that, we are able to operate in faith and in full trust that this is the journey that I'm on. I do not need to be searching anymore. I just need to follow through with what is being put on my heart to do on a day-to-day basis. So how do we expand our capacity? Why does this even matter? Because in my experience, if we are, and I see this so much in the networking space and in women in general, we so badly want to create a business for ourselves, but we show up unprepared. We show up to a networking event and we haven't practiced our pitch. We don't know what it is that our business is here to achieve. We want so badly for business, but we're trying to build beyond our capacity in the now. It doesn't mean that we don't have it in us. We're just not training ourselves. We're not practicing enough for the very areas where we need to show up fully. So you see, when you start focusing on you, on your improvement in your health, and you can see in your business, in your environment, in your relationships, in your spirituality, you suddenly start noticing that you have more energy. You have more focus and clarity. You can tap into your resilience when things get difficult. You can show up confident even when you feel vulnerable. No one likes standing up and being vulnerable and expressing themselves in a crowd. But when you know what it is you're there to deliver and what your message is, because you've practiced it, you become clear in it, you know what it is you're there to do. So if you're able to then access your skills and fully show up in your beauty, in your everything. So health is definitely not a destination. It's become the foundation in which everything else grows within you. So my question to you would be, what are you avoiding? Because it's in the avoiding that we are becoming. There was a thing that I heard the other day is when a woman is trying to find her voice, we think that we're trying to wait for the voice to come in and then we will stand up and say what we need to do. No, you find your voice when you start practicing to speak. And in practicing, you will find the essence of your voice that it is worth listening to. So I really encourage you, for somebody who is an introvert, it's not easy for me to express myself, but when I know what my purpose is, then it's easy for me to make mistakes. It's easy for me to show up vulnerable because I know the greater purpose is not me. The greater purpose is the impact that I'm trying to make for others around me. So I want to just change your dynamic here, or your perspective, your perception here about what is a goal. because we're all very good at setting goals, right, ladies? We love goal setting, but we're very poor at achieving them. And goals can change through our seasons, and they sometimes can be impossible. They seem impossible because we don't have the right equipment. It's like trying to climb a mountain in high heels. We need to equip ourselves with the very tools for us to be able to do what we need to do. So the first shift I want to introduce you to here is not what goal am I setting, but I want you to explore a little deeper what is behind that goal. Goals are milestones that you can celebrate, right? But your assignment, what you have been tasked to do, deep down inside, you know what it is that you're capable of. Deep down inside, before thought and fear and feeling not good enough, deep down inside, you know what it is that you're here to do. And if you can tap into that, tap into the purpose of what it is you're trying to create, suddenly a goal becomes an assignment. And why do I like that word assignment? Because you have to steward an assignment. There's stewardship behind an assignment. There isn't stewardship behind a goal. A goal is just something out there that you want to achieve. But when you write down what it is your assignment is, and you are fully in belief and with clarity and with confidence that which you need to be doing, what is being instilled in you, it's very easy then to look at your goal in a different way. All your gifts, your values, your past experiences, your environment, the people that you call to serve, all sit underneath that goal. So your assignment then ensures that even the mundane tasks that you are avoiding to do because they aren't glamorous, they take too much of your time, they feel vulnerable to you, standing up and doing a pitch in a group of ladies, all the things that we're trying to avoid. That is what makes this worthwhile, because you know that if I'm looking after the health of my business, then my business will take care of itself. The growth will come. The expansion will come. I have the capacity to see the outcome and possibilities that I'm looking for because I am prepared. I am looking after the small details, the daily habits, the daily activities that create the goal, that creates the purpose for me in moving my business forward. So I want to do a little exercise with you today, and I encourage you to do this exercise in times that you feel overwhelmed, in times that you feel you might not have capacity. What is going on? I call it the truth serum, the wheel, the wellness wheel, and it's a truth serum. So I don't want you to think too much into this, and I'm going to go through it quite quickly so you can always come back to it later. But when we look at wellness and we understand that health is not just what we look like, but it's our physicality, it's our emotional well-being, it's our spiritual well-being, it's how we move through this world, we need to actually become aware of where we are right now, because change doesn't come automatically or by chance. Change comes when we are fully present in the now. We are aware of what it is that we are in the space that we're in, and then we know what we want to change. So I want you to take your pen and paper. I don't want you to overthink it. When I call out the category, I want you to write out from 1 to 10, 1 being very poor and 10 being extremely well. And then we're going to chat about it afterwards. So health, how do you score yourself in your health journey from 1 to 10, your overall health journey from 1 to 10? How do you score your weight? 1 to 10. Your energy levels every day, not in this moment, but generally your energy levels on a day-to-day basis. Your personal achievements. Your finances. your career or your work that you're doing right now, your purpose, your happiness, your fun. So many ladies in business lose fun and joy in what they're doing. Your family life. Are you sacrificing so much that you actually don't have a family life anymore? Your social life, your friendships, me time. And me time's not a face mask, ladies. Me time is spending time in the mornings with yourself, in prayer, in the word, in looking after the capacity of this physical body. Your fitness levels. So when you've scored them 1 to 10, and again, I will share the screen with you later if you want to do this exercise in a little bit more of a context of where you're at. But I want you to notice the scores where you are scoring low. And then I want you to see the areas that you are scoring high. Invariably, and for most of you in the time that I've coached, in the areas of fitness and me time and social life and family life and fun and happiness and purpose, personal achievements, invariably they score incredibly low. Because we are not focused on the whole body, that we tend to have a tunnel vision of just growing our business. I just want to grow this business right now. And then you focus all your energy on that. But what we don't realize in this wheel house that we have, all these little parts make up who we are. And we can do a few of these different things in unison, which makes the building of our wellness capacity even greater. So we're not going to be 100% all the time. But if we are an averaged overall healthier than below 5 on most categories, our body is able to function in a better way. And I can combine certain areas of my life with other areas. So I can combine my social life with networking in my business to grow my purpose, to bring fun into my life, to bring happiness into my life. I can combine my fitness levels with family time. I can go for a walk with my family at the end of the day. That improves my energy levels. That helps my weight. That allows me to feel a lot more happier and complete. I'm not sitting in front of my PC all day, coming home tired, miserable, and then cooking dinner, and then going to sit in front of the TV and watching Netflix. I'm looking at areas where I can start multitasking, because women, we are good at multitasking, in a way that grows the capacity of my wellness. I hope that makes sense. So we can go back to this, but I do find this a real good truth serum for anyone who needs to find the capacity to grow. So there is a reason why you're feeling overwhelmed. There's a reason why you get stuck. There's a reason why you feel like you're constantly chasing, because it isn't about the goal. It's because we're not living the assignment. We are not doing the habits that build the goals, that build the purpose for what it is that we're here to do. We can have many different goals, and we'll all have different goals, but we also all have different assignments. But what's important for you to know is, how do you show up in your life? And how does my assignment impact your assignment? And how can we grow together? How can we support one another? Because if you understand what it is that you're here to do, and you know what it is that you're here to do, and you're doing the things that you are here to do, then it's easy for you to be able to reach out to other people to help you along your journey. You then start looking for the places that you need to be in that help that environment. You suddenly realize that, what impact am I making in my relationships? What impact am I making in my business? If I'm trying to build a business, but I'm a bad steward of my finances, then how do I build my business? If I have a bad relationship with my partner, how do I build relationships in my business? You see, they're all interlinked. And ultimately, your assignment, the purpose that we're here to do, build legacy, is people focused. It's not focused on us, but we have to start with us first. We have to live the values. We have to show up fully in our lives. So we need to be asking ourselves, what have I been entrusted with? And am I a good steward of what I've been entrusted with? So in the areas that you've scored low in your wheel, how can you now start looking at creating small habits that change that environment that allows you to show up fuller? So if I need to improve my social time, can I link that with something else? Your habits don't need motivation. Motivation is an empty word, and I find it very interesting in the health and wellness space. You just need to be motivated. You just need to motivate. No, you need to do small daily tasks. You need to be actioned. You need to action things every day so that you grow momentum. Momentum will then give you motivation to continue. So the relationship you have with yourself matters. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So I want to ask you again, how do you start your day? Because how you start your day will be how you end your day. And how you look after your body and your mind and your spirituality will be how you direct your business and how you tend to your business and how you grow your business forward. Ultimately, for me, as I said, health is in everything. It's in every area and aspect of my life. Another important aspect is how do we grow our business? So many business owners discover, especially in the health and wellness space, if you're using your hands or if you're building a product and you're making a product, there are only so many hours that you can trade for money. And there is a limit in the amount of hours that you can trade. So if your goal is to create value beyond the physicality of your current business or the hours that you work in, then you need to tender your health, because burnout is very real in the entrepreneurial space, in businesswoman space, because we tend to multitask. We want to do a whole lot of different things at once. And it really is a reflection on the lack of capacity that you have in the vision that you're creating. I find a lot of ladies want to do a whole lot of different things. It's almost like we are throwing a whole lot of different ideas out there and we're waiting for something to stick, and then we'll run with that thing. But if we reverse engineer our business and we start and we look at what am I entrusted with? What is my assignment? What are the goals that I need to achieve to motivate that assignment? And then what are the daily habits that I need to have to build that legacy? We're now looking at multiplying ourselves in a way that creates impact so that we can start looking for collaborative partnerships. So we can start putting ourselves in environments that grow our business. And one of the biggest ways that grew my business in the context of health and wellness was strategic partnerships, because strategic partnerships impacts the growth through collaboration. It extends our reach. So I joined a health and wellness brand called doTERRA. It's a network marketing brand, because those products actually helped me get well. And they fit into the model of what my assignment is, and that is bringing wellness and health to people so that they can expand their capacity, so they can grow their businesses, but doing it from a well of being well. And so everything that I have attached myself to aligns with the vision and the assignment that I have to grow my business. So I encourage you, when you are looking at your business, to just open that viewpoint a little bit and say, what out there or who out there could possibly benefit my business? It can be simple as, I need to join a podcast or offer my services as a podcaster to somebody who already has a podcast running. So I don't have to be a podcaster. I don't have to create the podcast, but I could offer my services to be able to speak in a podcast to expand my business. Because the more I show and tell and be in spaces that grow my business, the more opportunities will come to me, the more I am grounded in who I am, I know who I am, I'm looking after this container that carries my business, I will have the capacity to be able to look outward. I'll be able to look for those opportunities. I'll be able to see what environments I shouldn't be in. I'll be able to see who I could possibly work with. Collaboration in the female space is very powerful. None of us need to compete with one another. Even if we do the same thing, I am in spaces where there are health coaches and wellness coaches and life coaches and business coaches, but I know what I bring to the table. I'm very unique in who I bring to the table because I am unique, and so are you. So you could also be a coach, and we could collaborate together, because your audience could be impacted by what I say, and my audience could be impacted by what you say. So together, we're able to create the stability that we're looking to build our businesses. So strategic partnerships for me is a great tool. Mine gives me the ability to build residual income. So when I'm not coaching, I'm still building a business and I'm still servicing the existing client base that I have, because I can work online, I can service these clients with the health products that I used. And I want to stress this: don't ask somebody to do something if you haven't tried it. Don't encourage your team to do something if you're not doing it. So it's really, really important that you are coming from a place of knowing, of self-belief. I believe in the products that I sell because they helped me change my health. And in changing my health, I was able to see it as a business opportunity. And in changing the business opportunity, I was able to step out of what I thought was capable and possible, and then to go into a space where I realized that I could be so much more for others. I could leave a legacy behind for others in the health and wealth coaching space that I'm in, because of the strategic partnership that I brought on board. I can only do so much in the time and frame that I have, but I can do so much more if I bring a partner along with me. A residual income too is an incredible way to bring stability into your life if you are slowly building a business. If your side hustle is a business that you're building, but your main working space is in an environment, I encourage you to look at your current business as an opportunity for you to impact your small business and vice versa. I hope that makes sense. So just to recap, the foundation of health is being able to live a life worthy of living in full capacity of the things that you're doing for the dream life that you want. This to me is true health. Health is capacity to love well, to serve well, to think clearly. I can't show up this morning and have a sugary breakfast and not go and exercise and feel depleted and come to you and speak about capacity if I am not doing the things that bring capacity into my own life. So I need to move with confidence, but to move with confidence, I need to do the very things that bring that confidence out, so that we have the capacity to present ourselves to the world, so that we're present enough to know what we have been asked and tasked to do. Be a steward. Be a steward of what it is you've been called to do. and then do those little things every single day. Health creates your capacity. Capacity is your stewardship, and stewardship will create your impact. Thank you, ladies. I hope I haven't gone too fast. And I look forward to anyone that would like to contact me and speak about any of those topics any further. But yeah, Prue, over to you.
Hi, Delene. I'm not sure. Maybe Prue is battling to connect.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Thank you so much. That was really informative, eye-opening. I once read something that says you have 1,000 problems until you have a health problem.
Absolutely.
So you can have as many problems as you wish until you have a health problem. As soon as you get sick, everything stops. You honestly cannot do anything. So it's very important for us to really be mindful of, the health, like you said, in all the areas of our lives, financially, emotionally, socially, physically, and try to find the balance. Someone said there's no balance, but I believe we can try and find the balance if we really plan and, prioritize what is more important. Yeah, thank you so much. I saw some hands. I'm just going to open the floor to those who want to comment or to those who have questions. So if you want to say anything, you're welcome to unmute and speak or ask a question.
Good morning, ladies.
Morning.
Hi,
Hi. Thank you so much, Delene, for reminding us to take care of ourselves. You get so caught up in the rat race and you literally forget to calm down and just come back to your center. But what really stood out for me was when you said that you can actually, or you should develop a habit of incorporating your work with family, taking walks with them. And for me, it just confirmed what I'm actually doing, and to actually say to me, do it more, communicate with our children about what we do, because it also forms part of a succession plan. So as they don't see being a businesswoman as something that takes mom away from them. So thank you for just reminding me to just come down and just carry on involving, make my work to be part of my personal or my existence involvement. It's a part of work. It's not. It's a part of my whole being. It shouldn't overcrowd me. It shouldn't overwhelm me. It shouldn't take me away from my family. Thank you.
That's an absolute pleasure. It's a reminder that it creates stability. One, it also creates longevity, because if we aren't centered and we aren't grounded and we're not taking care, we're showing our children that work means burnout, work means exhaustion, and then our capacity then to carry our business isn't sustainable, and then we do have burnout, or our business suffers for it. But if you can see it as a whole being, that it is part of drinking water, brushing your teeth, all these different aspects that become habits that we don't even think about anymore. If we can incorporate little activities in our day that become habits that we don't think about, exercise then doesn't become, oh, I've got to go and walk. It's, oh, wonderful, I get to walk, because if I walk this morning, I show up as a better coach. I'm better for my family because I'm terrible in the morning. I'm not a morning person. I'm an evening person. So if I can go and walk, I know that if I've walked, it's not just benefiting my health and my exercise and my fitness, but it makes me a better businesswoman because I have the capacity then to grow. Thanks, Tatu. I really appreciate your feedback.
Thank you so much. I don't know if there's anyone.
Yeah, I saw some couple of chats.
Okay.
Kelly says, thank you, Delene. I can relate with a lot that you were saying. Very informative. And then Mampo says, thank you very much. This presentation was informative and inspirational. Thanks. I also wanted to ask, Delene, I liked the wheel. I was actually busy doing the exercise, but it went on so fast that I couldn't complete
sorry.
it. Yeah. Is it possible to just share?
Send it to you. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Please, if you can share the presentation with us, because I think it's very important that if we start scoring ourselves and realize where we are as businesswomen and what it is that we need to do to improve, because being healthy will help us to also build healthy businesses. So yeah,
and you
I
can
would
expand, you can expand on each one. Those categories then become your little mini activities and your goals in the day, which then feeds your overall life and your business. It's definitely a truth serum, because I find that we can fool others. On the outside, we can look really good at what it is that we're doing, and looks like our life is all together. But we fooling ourselves because we know that there are areas in our lives that we're not taking care of. And that wheel is such a truth serum, because it'll show you the areas if you're honest about your scoring. and it can change in a few months' time. You can re-look at the wheel and see, oh, fantastic, I can celebrate this area of my life because the last time I did it was a 2, now it's a 5. So it's a really good way for you to see the progress in your life as well. I'll definitely share it with you with pleasure.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Delene. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know if there's anyone else, Tori. Okay, I agree with Ms. Prue. Okay, awesome. I'm not sure who this is, but yeah, they are definitely agreeing. I think this was one of the sessions that we needed, and it's things that Audrey, it's things that we forget when we are in business, that health should come first. I left my corporate business or corporate work in 2018, and one of the reasons I left was that it was taking away, apart from it being a toxic environment, it was taking away from my time with my family, where I would always come home exhausted, burnt out, angry, and I couldn't spend time with my family. And when you are in business, you are fortunate because you can plan your time so that you can say that at this time this is what I'm doing, at this time this is what I'm doing, and ultimately it will contribute to the sustainability of your business.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I the same. I also left corporate in 2018. So I have a similar journey to you. And I want to encourage those people that are in business. So if you are employed, that is a gift. That is a gift. Don't see it as, oh, I wish I wasn't having this job right now. I wish I was doing X, Y, Z. You simply in a season where you are gaining skills and gaining financial access that maybe you don't have when you're self-employed, because it's a reality. It's a huge big wake-up call when you are in business, when you start becoming a business. Because remember, when you start your own business, you've just created another job. You're not an entrepreneur. You're only an entrepreneur when your business can function without you. So when you are building a business, have gratitude for the business that you're in. Show up well, socialize well, show up 100% in the best ability that you can in the business that you're in, while you're growing your side hustle, while you're growing your business, because that will also create an incredible story for you when you have your own business, so that you can show others that there's a way to do. I find so many ladies, I just hate my job. I just wish I was doing this. But maybe you're in this job to be able to appreciate and love the job that you're in, and then use those skills, use the people around you to grow your business on the side by going to network, to create in a workshop within your own environment where you work in, bringing your products into that environment so that they can help you feed your business and grow your business externally.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, Delene. I always say I wish I had access to all this information while I was still employed.
Me
before
too.
going into business. It would have made
Me
it
too.
so much easier. So yeah, thank you. Is there anybody else, ladies? You can just unmute and speak. We still have a few minutes.
I'll share my details. So if anyone wants, I'm very happy to do a 30-minute discovery call. If anyone feels like there was an area that they just want to explore a little bit more, I'm very happy to the ladies that are on this call to offer anyone just a free discovery call where we can go through, a chat about where you're at right now and how do you move forward. So I will share my contact details afterwards.
Great. We appreciate that a lot. Thank you, Delene. That will be awesome. All right, ladies, if there's no one else, can we move on to announcements? Hoping that I'm not cutting anyone out. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Ms. Burckardt, do you mind taking them, please?
No problem. Okay, ladies, we've got a couple of events coming up from Ladies in Business. The one being our biggest one, our first annual She's Boss Market Expo in PE. So PE ladies, we are so excited. We are coming through for you. There's a lot of wonderful things lined up for that day. So I hope you guys are ready for this. And we also have a market coming up in Pretoria, which is the Delene relaunch. People that are in Pretoria, please take advantage of this. This is a way for you to also get access to market and access other avenues for you to grow your business. In terms of our online sessions for Thursdays, I believe we will be carrying on with wellness for this month. So we will announce our next speaker for next week. We will announce our next speaker for next week, but we'll dedicate the month of July towards wellness so that when the winter season is over, we've got all the tools for us to build healthy, sustainable businesses. Our mini hub is still operational. So if you need space to operate, either office space or just to display your products so that you get access to customers at a shopping center, Hub's or mini hub is there. If there's anything else, you're welcome to send us a WhatsApp. Our WhatsApp number is 072-286-8689. And as per norm, our group will be open today for anyone that's new to introduce themselves, introduce their businesses, or if you're running specials, whatever the case may be, you are welcome to share on the group today. If you're not on the group, please send us a message so that we can add you on the group. Thank you so much. I hope I'm not leaving anything out and I'm not leaving anyone out. And if you feel that there's a topic that you want us to cover, please contact us so that we can go and connect you or find the relevant people that can come and share these topics with you. Thank you, ladies. Let's go back to business and make some money healthily. And thank you so much, Delene.
Pleasure. Bye, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for attending.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.